Yo, what's up everybody, it's CJ and we are breaking our SCUM hiatus. In fact, we're just breaking our channel hiatus. It's been over 2 months since we actually released a video, and SCUM 0.6 has just dropped. It's huge. It means that there's finally Metabolism along with lots of other cool stuff in the game. So yeah, bit of an update on the channel. Basically, just things are going on. Didn't really have any motivation. Suffered what you would probably call a burnout, and just took long 2 months away from everything and just chilled out. But I'm feeling like we're back. The new content in SCUM has changed the shape of the game entirely, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it and obviously trying out the new dirt bikes along with some other cool stuff as well. So this is going to be a review video of SCUM 0.6. So sit back, enjoy the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's go. Okay, so as always, we are going to go through the patch notes. If you want to skip ahead to the actual gameplay of reviewing the new items, etc. in the game, then I will put a timetable just up on the screen now, and you can skip ahead to that. We're not going to go through this in a lot of detail because, well, what's the point in talking through it? There's a lot of information, so why not just show you it? As you can see, this is the Hell Riders update 0.6, and we're finally in here with the new rework of Metabolism being the big thing. And as you can see here, this is a very, very long article. It was originally about 22 pages long, and they had to pretty much just use pictures because Steam couldn't handle it. So the big thing here is obviously your core attributes, which is your strength, constitution, dexterity, and your intelligence. What's been in the game before, and this is just going to break down obviously all the things that directly influences your strength. So you've got your old ones like archery, rifles, handgun, constitution, your running and endurance. So it's just giving you like a breakdown, useful information on exactly what it is that kind of contribute to these four core attributes. Now the big one is the metabolism. This was supposed to drop in 0.5, but they tweaked it a little bit more, and this is huge. Okay, so this is going to define the survival part of the game, how you're going to maintain your character, how you're going to develop them, how you're going to give them muscle, level up their stats so that they can engineer some stuff, they can drive cars a lot better, they can punch harder, deal more damage, etc. So the basic stuff, I'm going to let you guys kind of read this if you want on the screen, but it has obviously your things like age, and just kind of your general information about how long your character's been alive for since you were last killed and respawned. Performance data, this is where it gets complicated, as they said. I'm not going to go through this, but you've got the new things like the stamina bar, with this little green thing that goes around the side here. That's your stamina units, and that's going to directly influence pretty much what actions you can do before your character's going to start feeling fatigued, and you're going to need to start looking after them. So as you can see, there's a lot of information, and it goes into some detail about how these all work, so you can read that for yourself. The best thing I would say is read up on it and then go into the game, play it, and I'm pretty sure you're just going to pick it up the more you play it. I'm going to be learning for quite some time, but you can see here there is a lot of details on how you're going to pretty much cater to your character's needs. Nutrition, obviously here, this is a lot more simple. It looks a lot better, just easier, and it's not too complex at all to understand. The medical rework, okay, so previously all you would need to do is pretty much right click on your bandage and go to treat. Now you can go into your health bar and you'll see here that you've got your skeleton. It will tell you, if you click on the injury, exactly where you're injured. So it could be your left foot, could be your right foot, could be a head injury. You'll start to limp obviously if you've got a certain foot injury or a leg injury, and you can see here it's going to monitor everything from your blood recovery rate to your health, and you'll be able to just keep an eye on it there. If you are advanced, then you can start to heal your teammates, and it's going to have less repercussions. We'll look a bit more in that once we get into the gameplay. As you can see here, again, a lot of detail about the actual conditions that you've got in this. Blood vision, burping, dizziness, farting is a new one. I'm looking forward to hearing that. again with the burping. So there's a lot, a hell of a lot, okay? And there's the treatment tab there that you can see with the bandages. The big other thing that was added into the game was the introduction of new vehicles. So we've finally got these motorbikes, and I can tell you that they handle really well and they are hella fun. If you've not watched the trailer for the launch video of Hellriders Update, then go back and check out Thomas Labs or Scum's Twitter, and you'll check it out on there. These dirt bikes slash kind of motorcycles look really good. They're really cool. This one's got a bit of a Mad Max vibe to it. I can see why they're going with the kind of Hellriders theme, and you can see obviously all the new helmets and the gear that has been added into the game. I've said this before, but it does look a little bit Deadpool-y in this one. And you've obviously now got the trailer variant, again, kind of just going with that Mad Max vibe. 4 new revolvers in the game as well. We're going to test these out in the video. Don't really need to say too much about the revolvers. You know what they do. You know they pack a punch, and it comes with 2 new ammo types as well. Damage rework. Changes nothing of yet. They've revamped the way the damage is taken and dealt in the game. Most of it's in the back end, so you won't really notice it. Again, as always, let's just keep going with giving them feedback so they can keep giving us a better damage system in the game. Now we've got the new motorbike track. We're going to check that out in today's video, and there's a couple of other things that are new. High loot, points of interest, the train yard, Novo Cello, a big new town located in Z4, and that's it. I still have some characters left. F. I wonder what the next letter was going to be in that, if you had one. Alright, so as you can see, that is the patch notes. There's a link in the description as always to the patch notes, and without further ado, let's get into the gameplay side of this video. Alright guys, so this is the character screen, which you can see has obviously had a little bit of a change. So we're just going to, for the purpose of this video, go into this and see exactly what is new. And before we get started officially in this video, I just want to say a huge thanks to G-Portal for sponsoring the video as always. If you'd like to get 5% off your own server for SCUM, check out the link in the description below. Alright, so you can obviously see here that we've got a couple of new options. It's slightly different in terms of the layout. You've still got your tattoos, etc. Conceal mode, but now you have penis will grow over time. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the same for the females, which is going to be grow your boobs over time. Okay, alright. Yeah, so that, I mean, that's slightly different. I don't know exactly how that quite comes into things, but there you go. That's that. And obviously on the new screen here, you can see that Metabolism is going to heavily influence all the attributes of your character. And there's a new one that is in that's the obvious one, which is obviously motorcycling. So for the purpose of this, we are going to, of course, put this character up to max. I'm going to slightly change some of this. No, I can't. Okay, so now, before you used to actually be able to, you know, allocate your points, which you still can, but it's slightly different because it was more in that kind of triangle. So we're going to leave everything default at the moment. We're going to max out that because we're just pretty much going to try the motorcycling. We're going to max out survival, just, and the medical. Well, actually, we're not going to be able to do too much on the medical because we don't have anybody to heal. But yeah, okay, so this is how we're pretty much going to start out our character. The brawling, I'm assuming that's just your same as boxing, but they've now changed it. We're going to go for that. Okay, it's a very, very basic build. This isn't obviously how I would recommend doing your character, but for the purpose of this video, we're going into this. So let's create a character and get into the new stuff. Okay, so the big one obviously that SCUM v.6 was supposed to bring. If you remember, there was a lot of talk about it before in the Dead Water update. There was supposed to be this big massive rework on Metabolism, and it never quite came to fruition. It wasn't quite ready yet. So it is now finally here, and along with that we obviously have the new medical system. So let's have a look at the Metabolism, and on the screen I'm going to put up the old Metabolism screenshot just so you can see exactly kind of what it looks like. So you now know it's pretty much broken into your two sections, and you have your health. I'm going to show you exactly how that works. I am going to make a bit more of a video on this in the future. This is a lot of stuff to go and do just to get into like the nooks and crannies of it, so to speak, but there is so much kind of in-depth information here that requires a bit more time to go through. So obviously the big change is the way that it looks, and now you've got these core attributes which you can actually level up, and you can see here it's going to depend on how much you eat, what your fat loss is. So if you're not eating, then you're going to lose weight, you're going to lose strength, and you can see here that my core strength is pretty much free. That hasn't changed at all. None of these stats have changed, and the only way you're going to be able to change them are by doing the basic actions in the game. For example, driving a motorbike, you're going to need to drive that to get it up. In order to get your brawling up, you're going to need to fight things. In order to get your rifle up, the way it works before, you need to shoot rifles. And obviously to get your handguns up, you can shoot the new revolvers, etc. Now, you've now got this new thing called AD, which is action difficulties, and it pretty much goes on stamina units. Again, this is an in-depth kind of thing, so when you're looking at this at the moment, don't get too scared by it if you're a new player. You will pick it up, but as you can see here, this is going to pretty much tell you exactly how draining an action is in the game compared to what you've got. And you can see here my gear weight is pretty much nothing. I've only got work pants on, motorcycle boots, and that's pretty much it. So there's no penalties in the gear weight. Again, this is just going to give you all your attributes, and then now you've got your nutrition section. So you can see here we're already slightly down on our carbs. Protein is what you're going to need naturally to make muscle and maintain your body fat or your muscle mass, etc. And you'll see you've got your muscle, which mine's is actually 59%, it hasn't changed, and my fat. And then you've broken it down into all your vitamins. You can see here they're nice and green as you start, they're nice and healthy. Your stomach volume, so if you eat, for example, let's just go for the old favourite, which was the tuna MRE. This usually gets everything up pretty damn quickly. So if we eat that, you can see here that our stomach volume as before, it then starts to increase, and we'll then start to gain protein because tuna is a good source of protein. And our water, etc. is all here. So we're pretty good on the water, and in the bottom left hand corner you'll see there your water indicator and your food, and again with your kind of your level of injury, etc. So our stomach volume is filled in, the bladder volume is pretty much exactly what you had before, and now it's going to start ingesting, and it'll break it down into all these kind of areas here of the macronutrients. Now onwards to injuries. So there's different types of injuries in the game. There's obviously bleeding, there's hypothermia, etc., which have been in the game before, but now when you have an injury you're going to go to this. As you can see here, there's a stabilization period which affects our health and our blood volume, and there's going to be obviously your recovery from the bleeding injury. So we injured our right foot. I'll show you guys exactly how you're going to do this, and it'll come up with your symptoms. So I'm just going to take a run and jump. We're going to hurt ourselves. It comes up, I'm feeling pain, I'm slightly bleeding, and we're going to see how that looks on the new indicator once I get up here, just so I don't get attacked by zombies, puppets, whatever you want to call them. So we go back in here, and you can see here that we've hurt our left foot this time, and it's going to affect our blood loss, and it's going to affect our health. So the health is now at 88%. So what you need for this is either your old rags, your bandages, etc. And you can, for the purpose of this demonstration, we're just going to go in and take one of these. So if we pick this up and put it in here, we're going to go back to Metabolism into our health bar, and we want to treat this. So in our inventory we've got a bandage. You need to click this and then go to your bleeding injury C1, and then you can treat it. I've still to pretty much play about with the system, because I know if you don't stabilize it within a certain amount of time, then it's obviously going to give you certain penalties in terms of your blood volume and your like overall health. So our health will now start to regenerate. But yeah, it's a very complex system. It's one that I quite like. It looks pretty daunting, but you do get the hang of it pretty quickly. And I do like the fact that we can now actually train our character to kind of how we want him to, or her, to actually be in the game. As you can see there, my protein's already started to get affected by the MRE tuna salad that we had. Obviously, bear in mind you're going to need to drink a lot of water based on how much activity, etc. you do. But again, play around with the new metabolism system and you'll pretty much pick it up. It's probably going to be tinkered with everything. The devs do release things and they always take community feedback on board and they kind of go from there. So that's the quick look at the metabolism and the new medical system. Bear in mind you can obviously, based on your medical, if it's advanced, then you're not going to have as much penalties or stabilisation periods, etc. So it's probably going to be a good idea to have a medic in the team as well as we progress kind of through the new system. So onwards to the motorbikes and revolvers. Alright, so let's just jump straight into the new additions into the game. So obviously the big thing in the update there was the introduction of motorcycles along with metabolism and the new revolvers. So we've lined up pretty much most of the new stuff. I'm not going to go through every single bit, but I am just obviously going to show you guys most of the things that have been added in and just take a little look at them and then go on a ride because we're at the new dirt bike area. So they've obviously added in a lot of stuff to go with the motorbikes, which would be this freaky Deadpool looking thing. Pretty nice. And as you can see here, we've also got the motorcycle helmets. There's quite a lot of variants in the game, which is nice. You can obviously adjust your outfit however you want, but it's a nice touch. And I can see obviously this dirt bike area being used quite a lot. As you can see, there is quite a wide selection of these helmets. So that's the new motorcycle gear, and obviously for the motorbikes you have two different variants to go with the Hellrider update, which is your standard dirt bike, and then you've got this kind of Mad Max vibe to it. We're going to take a little spin in a moment at this new dirt bike area. If you don't know where it is, it's located in Z3, and you can pretty much tell exactly where it's going to be. It's smack bang kind of in the centre here. And as you'll see, here are the new revolvers. There are 4. I believe we've got the Judge, Peacemaker, the Magnum, and the Serpent. If I'm right, Peacekeeper, sorry, and the Magnum. Yeah, okay. So there's 2 new types of ammo. You have your 38 and your 44. And as always, I recommend a weapon cleaning kit because when you fire these, they do go off and degrade pretty quickly. So this is the 35. No, this is the 44. So this is this ammo here. We're going to just take this out just now, unpack that, and we're going to try this. See exactly what it sounds like. And am I right in thinking, is it a 6 shot? I don't know, we'll see. So we'll load this up and we'll see kind of what damage it does. We're just going to probably fire at that pickup and then check the health. Let's see how many rounds we've actually got. So yeah, it is. Right, okay, let's have a little blast at this. Okay. Pretty cool. Definitely got a bit of a western feel to it. Right, 2 shots with the Magnum. Let's see what kind of damage it did. Not really anything to the vehicle, so that's fine. We're kind of expecting that. Let's have a look at the other ones here. We've got the Peacekeeper, which is going to, is that 357? No, it's 38, so we need this one here. We're going to need to reload this. Where did I just put that? Peacekeeper. And just out of curiosity, I dropped this gun here, I think. Yeah, so it didn't actually degrade, so that's pretty good. Keep in mind, obviously, when you're loading the Magnum, you can see there that you're probably going to average about 10 seconds, really, to load this. Maybe slightly less. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, we got it, eventually. Yeah, so pretty cool. I like the noise for it as well. We've got 2 more here. The Serpent. Is this a 357? Yes, it is. So let's just take this, unpack it, and we'll go from there. We're Where's the serpent? There we go. Again, I'm probably gonna just cancel this. No, can I not? Okay. There's probably a way that you can cancel it. I like that spin on the barrel there. That is pretty cool. And last but not least, we have got the original Magnum 357. And again, 6 bullets into your chamber. And let's just, we might as well just shoot this again. Yeah, so pretty damn nice. Magnum sidearm is going to do a lot of damage. We'll test that out in later videos to come on the players. And yeah, here we've got the dirt bike. So as you can see, for the purpose of the video earlier on, I did show you guys that I put my motorcycling up. I'm actually still getting used to this new Metabolism, which is pretty damn nice. So it's into intelligence, I believe. No, dexterity. So as you can see here, our motorcycling was put all the way up the top. We're just gonna, okay, push. Whoa. Okay. Okay. No problem. Oh. Yeah, they're a little bit glitchy, but for the most part they work really well. So we're going to take a little spin around this area here. And as you can see, if you guys didn't know, the devs actually, most of them worked on Gas Guzzlers, which was a previous driving game by Gamepires. And so you can totally tell that they've obviously put a lot of work into these motorbikes. But this track is pretty damn nice as well. And obviously if you've got advanced, that is going to hella help you. But I can see this area being used a lot. It's probably going to have so many events. It handles really well, really well. I'm a major fan of it, and it's just one of those things, again, added into the game that's going to give you more content. Oh, damn. Okay, so obviously we need to work on our driving skill anyway. There's a lot of blur coming off that when obviously you pick up a bit of speed. And I can tell you guys, the bumps, when you go up ramps and stuff, it handles really well. Like, it does really handle surprisingly well. And you can get some big air on this as well. But yeah, that's the motorbikes. It's a really good update. The metabolism, the medical rework, that's obviously the big things for this. I am looking forward to seeing how that's going to implement the more kind of push towards survival in the game. But yeah, it's going to be nice to actually get back into the game and just start trying out all this new content. If you've liked this video, then as always, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you very much for your support as always, and I'll see you guys on the island.